So you're looking to build some better habits. Maybe you're just trying to replace some older ones and get some advice on what you should add to your habits. Maybe you're trying to lose some weight. Maybe you're trying to get out of a rut of everyday life. I'm going to show you 10 ways that I improve myself in doing all these things by adding small habits to my daily routine. I'm going to share with you all 10 that actually worked for me. Don't try to implement all 10 at once. Just try to add one or two every now and then. I added probably one every 2 months maybe for a year and a half, and they definitely improved my life. It took me from being 237 pounds to 177. It took me from no degrees. Now I'm working on my master's degrees. I've made Dean's List multiple times. I've doubled my income. I've had a great relationship with my partner now. I was in a very toxic relationship back then, and this is something that I've improved on. My whole life has changed. Adding these habits are extremely important because there are little things every single day that push you away from your goals or towards your goals, and you want to always go towards your goals. So you want to have habits that fit your goals, whatever they may be. So these 10 rules are going to be something that has helped me push towards my goals, and I'm going to share them with you now. The first habit we're going to talk about is waking up early. I used to wake up around 7:40, 7:50, have to be at work at 8:20. I was a teacher, so I would have to get my keys, let the students in the classroom, and just be looking terrible. I would have wrinkled clothes, no lunch. I'd be in a bad mood because I literally just woke up, rolled out of bed, threw some clothes on, and came to work. One day I was eating candy and I was just feeling insufferable. Like it was me being insufferable towards the students. The students deserved more. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to start waking up around 6 o'clock every morning, having a lunch, wrinkling my clothes and chilling out and just having, being in a positive mindset, a positive mood. And that really benefited me. I would show up to school. I would make kids happier. I felt happier because the kids were joking around with me. I didn't feel, like I was being insufferable. I didn't feel annoying. Like I didn't feel like I was being annoying. I was just joking around with the kids, having a good time. Like you could tell in my personality that I was just so much happier. So there's a lot of time in the morning that you can make, for whatever it needs to be. At first, I was just ironing my clothes, watching some anime, sitting around eating breakfast, and I took my time. Now I wake up early, I go to the gym in the morning, I read in the morning, I journal in the morning, I watch my anime in the morning, and I prepare for my day in the morning. Habit 2 is gonna be going to bed at the same time every single day. I used to go to bed around like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock, whatever it was, and I'd have to show up to school to be a teacher at, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I just didn't have the sleep. I was very grumpy, like I said. And I started to realize, man, I don't have enough sleep. I'm in a bad mood. This came after waking up earlier. I was just super tired at work. And so I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna start going to bed earlier. Now, the issue with this is even if you lay there, sometimes you're not gonna be able to fall asleep. So what I started doing was reading a book because I thought it was boring and so it helped me fall asleep. And I was reading Atomic Habits. This is where it all kind of changed for me. I read about habits that really can change your life. Like you stack habits on top of habits, and just every day you do it consistently and it changes your life. So going to bed every single day at the same time, I have an alarm set for 9 o'clock. All right, cool. I need to wind down. I need to go take a shower, get my pajamas, go lay in bed, get my book out, go to sleep. In the morning, I feel rejuvenated. I feel good. I don't feel exhausted. I don't feel cranky, right? And I'm telling you, when I incorporated these two, I felt so much better throughout the day. Like my students could tell I was in a better mood. So go to bed at the same time every single day. Get in that rhythm of having good sleep, good rest. Habit number 3 is going to be read every single day. I used to only read at night to fall asleep, but then I started to realize, hey, I can learn a lot more if I read in the morning as well. I give myself some time to read and read more pages. Now I've read, 60 books over the past 2 years, whether it's from habits or business or sci-fi, fantasy, whatever it is, it'll help you out mentally. There are studies shown that people that put their phone away about an hour before bed or any kind of electronics, they turn their TV off, whatever it may be, and read for a little bit, they fall asleep easier, they sleep better, and they sleep longer, right? You stay in those REM cycles longer than what you would do if you were on your phone beforehand because it keeps you awake, right? Your glands are like, hey, there's light, I need to stay awake, I can't go to sleep yet. And so that's something that a lot of people should do, is just kind of like focus on reading, trying to help yourself fall asleep and actually sleep. And this is something that I definitely found helps me out sleep, because I thought it was very boring at first and I just would be like, I wouldn't even have trouble falling asleep. I'd just be out, right? And so try it out, try to read every single day, whether that's in the morning or if you want to do it to go to bed. Habit number 4 is going to be journaling. I try to journal every single day. If you know who Marcus Aurelius is, he journaled twice a day, pretty much every day of his life. I am not that deep into it. I try to journal in the morning, but what I do is I schedule out my day prior to the day before in my journal. So I write notes to myself, hey, you need to do this tomorrow, you need to call these people, whatever it may be. So in your journal, write out things you're gonna do, write your feelings, write ways to get your emotions out, so that way you're not taking it out on other people and keeping track of your own emotions, keeping track of your goals, whatever it may be. In my journal, I just write to myself, I write to people that may read it in the future, like I'm Marcus Aurelius, even though that'll probably never happen, or I write, hey, I accomplished this today and I need to accomplish this tomorrow, whatever it may be. Write in your journal, write your feelings down, let it out, and don't bottle stuff in. Habit number 5 is going to be hobbies. Before, I used to sit around and just play video games and watch anime. That was it. That was all I would do. I would just sit around, eat a bunch of junk food, gain weight, and be extremely unhappy with myself. And then I started to realize, okay, cool, I do enjoy reading, I do enjoy running, I do enjoy playing Magic the Gathering, I enjoy going out with friends, the movies, things like that, which are things that I can do and not just sit there and eat a bunch of calories, right? If I go running, I like to, stay accountable with my friends, which is another thing we're going to talk about. But find things that you enjoy that'll keep you from burning out, keep you pushing forward, keep you motivated, keep you happy while also being productive. You have to limit yourself, but be very happy in the process, because I promise you, life is very long. A year and a half was a long time, but these things kept me going. Just enjoying things every single day, where I would time block, yeah, I'm going to play video games today or tomorrow, whatever it is, and I would just feel happy. Habit number 6 is going to be find clubs or join groups of people that have similar goals and do the same thing. For an example of this is going to be, my friend runs a lot, so I joined his group of running on Strava. However, I'm not a great runner, right? I like to walk because I have knee issues from the military, so it causes me a lot of issues to run, but it still makes me motivated to go out there and walk and run when I can, right? So this is something that I definitely recommend to people. When I lost when I went to 177 pounds from 237, I gained a little bit of weight back because I was just by myself. Nobody was keeping me accountable. I didn't have anyone to really, feel motivated about. Everyone around me was drinking beer, eating fast food, whatever it may be. And so I kind of fell into the glimpse of like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go get Starbucks today. I'm gonna go drink this 500 calorie drink, whatever it was. And so definitely find a group of people who are similar to your goals. That way, when you get to your goal and you stay there, and that way you don't give up on yourself. It's the same thing as like addiction. A lot of people that go from being addicts to being clean don't find groups of people that are clean, and they go back to being addicts, right? And there's a lot of issues with that. And a lot of people fall into that. It's very easy to fall into the, relapse of life. Like, life is so quick, so fast paced that you could just fall back into it. So that's something that I recommend for everyone. Habit number 7 is going to be walking. I used to go to the gym in the morning and just watch anime and walk on the treadmill for an hour or so. It used to burn between, 5 to 6 to 700 calories, depending on how big you are, how fast you walk, things of that nature. It all depends on other people, but I used to go there, just watch anime while I walk and burn calories. And that's really something that changed my life and helped me burn weight. I started to notice after I would do that, I took a 6-month average, and I was averaging between 15,000 to 17,000 steps pretty much every single day. And that's a lot of calories. That's between 700 to 1,000 calories. That could be a pound, 2 pounds a week that you're losing if you maintain the same diet you're eating today. If you don't change anything, you go out and burn those calories, you're gonna lose weight. So definitely get up in the morning, go walk a little bit earlier, or maybe after you get off work in the evening, go to the gym and just walk on the treadmill and watch anime or Law and Order, Naruto, whatever, movies, I don't know, whatever you want to watch. But that's definitely something I recommend for everybody to start doing. It's easy. You can ride the bike. Habit number 8, probably the most important one, is to schedule your day, to have intentions to your day. I used to not schedule my day. I used to come home from work, just play video games, like I said, watch anime, sit around, accomplish nothing. 2 years of my life were completely wasted. I had no goals. I had no progression. I had nothing. I regret it immensely because 2 years of my life is just gone, right? That's so much I could do with that. I could have made more money. I could have had a better relationship. I could have had better goals. Body-wise, like physically, I could have looked better, whatever it may have been. So have goals, set your schedule up to achieve those goals. Every single day I wake up, I read, I plan content that I want to make, which is why I'm not on YouTube, or, I do my homework, or, okay, cool, I plan on how I'm going to find new clients for work, whatever it may be. But schedule your day out in time blocks and remind yourself with, Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, whatever, where it sends you notifications. Hey, you need to do this at this time. Hey, you need to do this at this time, or take a break, or just take lunch at this time, right? Schedule your day until maybe, 8 to 5, whatever it may be for yourself. But have a time period where it cuts off and you have you time. Have deep work time where it's like, okay, cool, I don't have anything specifically scheduled, but if I need to reply to emails, then I'll reply to these emails at this time, right? Habit number 9 is going to be keeping track of your bad habits. So if you read Atomic Habits, earlier in the book, it tells you to keep track of your habits over a span of a week and decide what to remove. I spent 4 hours one day in a 24-hour period on social media. So I said, okay, cool, I'm not going to do that no more, right? And it's only because I kept track of my bad habits. Or if I would, snooze my alarm twice that day, then it's like, okay, cool, I'm snoozing my alarm on an average of, 2 times a day. And that's like costing me, 10, 15 minutes, whatever you have your snooze alarm set to. And so keep track of things you don't enjoy, things that may not be progressing you, video games, scrolling on social media, whatever it may be, and replace those with better habits. I replace them with a lot of reading. I replace them with a lot of creative ideas for content that I want to do, that I want to start making money online, whatever it may be, right? So habit number 10 is going to be eat more fruit. And this is something that's pretty common. A lot of people say, because you can get a crazy amount of fruit for the same calories as, Sour Patch Kids. One serving of Sour Patch Kids is 110 calories. You get like 12 pieces for it. Versus you can get, a whole jar of strawberries for the same amount. And it is more nutritious, has natural sugars, more fiber, more vitamins. Like, tons of things that I could go off of. So now what I do is I don't eat candy unless I've had a full meal or some kind of fruit. And then I'm like, okay, cool, because I'll reduce the craving because I've already had the natural sugars from the fruit, and then I don't crave the candy anymore, right? So that's something I recommend everyone does, is just start eating fruit. It's a little bit more expensive than candy, obviously, because candy is mass produced by this junk. And so it's going to cost a little bit more, but it's going to be better for your body. It's going to be beneficial for your energy. And I recommend this for everyone. And I tell every single person, especially if you're trying to lose weight, fruit is the king, right? So here's all 10. So we're gonna wake up earlier. We're gonna go to bed at the same time every single day. We're gonna read daily. We're gonna journal every single day. We're gonna find hobbies. We're gonna find people that are similar to us as far as groups, join classes, maybe walk outside or walk at the gym. Schedule your day out, track bad habits, and replace junk food with fruit, okay? So I didn't just lose 60 pounds. I didn't just get college degrees. I didn't do all this stuff. I started to implement daily habits over time, and they accumulated to a compound effect to be great things. And now I'm doing amazing. My name is Travis. Thank you for watching. I hope you stick around.